Hello, everybody. 3rd of July. Beautiful July here in New Jersey. I don't know about these two guys, but it's really nice here. Thanks for being here. As you know, OConnect's not here back up yet, and we would have done it there. So instead, we have it here and back to the top.live so you can go to all the channels. It's picking up pretty quick. We've got like almost 2,800 people already. That's not bad. It's not on every channel, but it's everyone I could get that could fit on here. So anyway, I'll get started. As you know, myself and Chris have been doing the Shine the Light. This morning I had engineer Mike on to try to fill in for Chris Johnson if that's possible. But anyway, he tried. He did a really good job. He really did. And what I was talking about there, and this goes for everybody in Onpassive, I believe that everyone should take their business serious, get in and find out stuff. There's little things you can learn. And I'm not saying every time it seems when I say something, people think I'm telling them to market or become, no, basic. When we get into this new chapter and they start selling the products of Onpassive, remember you're the company, and people will approach you and ask you maybe, hey, so you have a video conferencing platform? Yes, you should know a little bit about it, I would think. Now, you can let it grow organically. I mean, everybody has an option here. My thing is the most valuable thing of all is time. And I'd rather cut time frames, as Mr. Mike Ellis has said a few 100,000 times. And how you do that is learn your business, be ready to share it. For the last 5.5 years, almost 6 for Red, we elected to try to help people, which we should be doing. We should all be doing that. But there comes a point where nothing has really changed mechanically in Onpassive for a couple of years. We get new products and things are getting better, and they're, the AI is getting better, and obviously, I mean, that goes without saying. But mechanic parts of it, like all of the stuff about the products, has been there. We should start to learn what everything is, or especially something if you're going to use it or you have people come. Because I'm going to tell you, and this is what I believe, a lot of people that told you no really meant I'm only waiting to see if it works. And as it's working, which we know it will, they're going to come back. And they might have a few questions. And you can't always go back to, well, let me go ask Fred, or let me go ask Johnny or Mary or what. No, it'd be better if you could know it. And this goes to everybody in every country. It's not just here. And the emphasis, I believe, is everybody has a different role here, but it's a role you choose. There's different lanes. People do what they feel comfortable doing. I'm not doing something that I was forced to or I feel uncomfortable. I love doing it. I did it because this is where I wanted to go. But for other people, it doesn't mean less or more. Oh, he's got a platform. He's this, he's that. No. There's no this and that. You are as important as any other person. Listen, I don't care how strong a link you are. If the rest of the links around you are bad, the chain breaks. And if anything we've learned since we've been in here, since I've been in Onpassive, is the people I look up to the most are the biggest servants. If you have to call yourself a leader, I'm not sure you are one. That's not for you to judge. And it doesn't matter. If you focus on others and really help people, you'll be surprised what the return on investment would be. I know firsthand. I've been overwhelmed by how nice people talk and treat me. But it wasn't magical. It's just listen to people, try to help people, guide them. Listen, we always give this a big emphasis on somebody that climbs Mount Everest. oh my gosh, he did it. And there's a big parade. And everybody, oh my God, Shorty, there's a big parade where the guy made it to Mount Everest. But nobody talks about the guy that brought up 50,000 people to Mount Everest. He does it for a job. He's guiding people all the way up every day. I think they're called Shupas or something like that. I can't remember. But that's a servant. That's the one that showed the guy how to get up there so he doesn't get killed, or the woman. So really, I think I've learned something. I'm 64. A couple months ago, I was 24. Well, at least that's what it feels like. But as time ticks, I got the same 24 hours as everybody else. Elon Musk has got 24 hours. I got 24 hours. Chris, Red, we all got 24 hours. What do you want to do with it? You could sit back and say, what if? Or you could say, I'm going to go for it. Because I'm telling you, if you never make a mistake, you're not doing anything. I learned that a long time ago. You're not doing anything. I went up for an interview one time at work, and my manager said, you've probably made more mistakes than anybody I've ever met. Damn. So right away, I'm thinking, not going to be a big raise. But at the end, he said, but you do more than most people I've ever met. That's good enough for me. It's not getting down, it's getting up. And I think I'm passive. I hear people say, yeah, but I'm never going to use this. I'm never going to use that. What would I need that for? Listen to me. Stop looking at the title of the products. Look at what it does. And then you modify it to what you want to get out of it. I can find almost every product I see now, and I say, I'm going to use that for this. I'm going to use this for that. I don't care what the title is. Yeah, it matters. It matters to individuals, and that's okay. But if you're looking at for you to advance your personal business, don't limit yourself, because listen, Onpassive was designed with, if we need it, we will have it. That's pretty powerful. Do I think inventors will come here? Yes. Why? Very basic. Here's an easy reason. How many inventions have you heard about all your life? You see it in the newspaper, a guy learned how to run a tractor on pigeon poop and do it all day long. You never hear about that guy again. Big boys buy him out, they get rid of it, they own the patent, and they squash it. Onpassive is going to be fertile ground for people that will be safe to use this and this, because they won't feel there's any, repercussions. And I think that's why I think Onpassive will change lives, not just monetarily, but it will change lives because there's a lot of people out there that have treasure built up in here and they don't use it. And I think it's time that you realize what we really, really have. And I'm going to ride this thing as hard as I can. And you can't break it. It's only going to get better. So let's emulate what we were told. Who is the biggest leader in this company? I'll answer that for you. Who's the biggest servant in this company? Ask me why. I've never talked to him where he didn't mention founders or what they're doing for other people. If we all just did that, if we all just tried to emulate, hey, what can I do for you? Here's what you need. And don't only lift people up and push them above your head. If you're too proud to surround yourself with the best, you'll never get any better. Never. Never. I learned that. I was a very young manager, and I would go find people. I'd try to find people that made me work at it. Because if you surround yourself with people that you think are not as good as you are, you're not going to advance, and you're fooling yourself. Get in your lane, find out what you love, and surround people that can make you better. And then you make them better. So anyway, ride Onpassive as hard as you can. You don't have to. I'm not talking about marketing. I never mentioned marketing. There's a way to do it where everybody can ride this magic carpet as far as they want to go. Red got kicked out.
Yeah, bring him back in.
Thank you, Chris. I wouldn't have known that if you didn't tell me. Anyway, go ahead, Red.
Thank you very much, Marty. Great words, as always. Chris, nice to see you. and Marty as well. I really do enjoy 360 with you guys. Always a pleasure to be here to not only bring everyone up to date, but also to give everyone, words of wisdom as well. So let's bring you up to date then with the last 7 days in Onpassive. Been quite a big week, hasn't it, really, as far as 7 days is concerned. Every week I say the same thing. We might not see everything that's going on, but one thing's for sure, this week certainly has been a busy week, not only behind the scenes, but also from what we've been seeing as well. So let's take you back then to the 26th of June, last Wednesday. We had Onpassive 360, and we also were very privileged once again to see our CEO, Ashma Farah. He came on and he really did bring some really good words. Obviously, this was only 3 weeks after he'd had his operation on his ear, and he really did let us know that the operation that he had was a little bit more serious than we all thought. He certainly had downplayed it when he said that he was having a little tag taken out from his ears, and it was pretty apparent from what he was saying that it was a little bit more serious than that, and so much so that his surgeon has said you really need to rest for 6 weeks after this operation. I think he managed about 1 day completely offline, and then the rest of the time he's been working in between where he can with what he's allowed to work. He is getting a lot better, a lot stronger. As you saw last week, he had a bit of a cold on him as well, didn't he? That he picked up. This was to do with his immune system and the drugs he was taking. But he was getting over that, he was saying. He also then talked briefly about the Onpassive journey and about how he's taken control once again. He was talking to us all about what he's had to go through and all the rest of it. But the one thing and the recurring thing that keeps coming back all the time, that gets him out of bed in the morning, that keeps him strong, that keeps him pushing forward, is you guys out there, the early adopters, the affiliates, the users who are 100% behind not only the company, but more especially our CEO. Why? Because we all understand what he is trying to achieve here. And that's what really does it for him. This is why he has taken back control, because he was telling us a little bit that we were getting a bit offline, a bit sidetracked with other things within Onpassive, and he wanted to bring us basically back to the basics of what he first wanted to do. And it was great to see, great to hear that this is now on track, that he implemented this a while ago, and he was saying that it's not been easy, and it's certainly not going to be a quick fix, but we are moving in the right direction. He also said all that matters is that you guys are proud of what he is trying to achieve here, and I think we'll all agree here that we certainly are. He mentioned a little bit about the payment processors, that we will be seeing these flicking in and out of our OES over the next few weeks. They're still testing bits and pieces. I'm sure if we see him, he'll update us a little bit more on all of that as well. But one thing he did reiterate and made quite clear was that if you are one of the early adopters or affiliates that haven't yet activated their accounts by purchasing OConnect, which is our first paid product, then do so, because you will still be part of, I suppose, the first group of people that are going to be within Onpassive as far as any extras is concerned, I think is the correct wording for that. And he made that very clear. If you could afford to, activate your accounts when you can with the new payment processors so that we could test them as well. He also did reiterate once again that we will not be going to the next stage of Onpassive until all of that backlog, logjam of commissions that people have requested are all cleared out. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of other bits and pieces as well. But it was great to see him. It was great for him to update us of where we are, what is going on. And obviously, the site is down at the moment, which we'll talk about in a little while. But the recap of last Wednesday is there up in your OFounders back office under the update section. That was there really, really quickly, by the way, on the Wednesday night by our quartet of Dan, Daryl, Janet Butler and Peter Sarer. They do a sterling job, our quartet, of getting that information out to you as soon as possible. And especially for the non-English speaking countries, they can take that, grab it, auto-translate it through Google, and then they can get it out to all of their countrymen in the language that they all understand. So kudos to you guys for doing that. Thursday, then, we did our own take on the updates for that between all of us here to try and break things down. There was a lot of reading between the lines, and Ash actually said, if you were there on Wednesday, good luck to all of you that had to try and decipher what I've said. He was a little bit all over the place, but I hope that we helped as many of you as possible to understand what he was trying to say. And don't forget, when we are reading between the lines of what he is saying, it is our take on it. It's certainly nothing from corporate. He gives us the details and we try and fill them in a little bit to make a little bit more sense out of it for you guys to understand. So Friday, then, what happened Friday? Well, we had a very brief message from our COO, Mohammed Kamal, didn't we? Just before the sites went down, and all three sites went down. And this was OFounders, OES, and also Onpassive.com. And it was a little bit of a shock, to be honest, because we kind of got this message from Mohammed Kamal saying, don't worry, you're going to be offline. We'll bring it back as soon as we possibly can. And we will update you in due course of what is going on and how things are progressing. So that was on Friday, the 28th, when that all went down. And it went down around about 7 p.m. for us in the UK. And as I said, we had that message from Mohammed Kamal telling us what was going on. Onpassive.com, that came back up very quickly within 24 hours. That came up. Now, again, we have explained this on our lives over the last few days. But if you do get any security alerts popping up when you are logging into Onpassive.com, don't worry about it, guys. This is all part of the migration that Ash was telling us on Wednesday. He was explaining about AWS services, which is Amazon, who host not only ours, but many, many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of other people's websites on their cloud-based system that they have. And he was talking about the amount of money that it costs Onpassive on a yearly basis, into the millions, and they wanted to restructure how things were going. And this is why we are seeing what we're seeing now as far as these websites are concerned. Is part of that restructuring, part of bringing the costs to Onpassive down with using AWS services. We can speculate, but let's not do that, of what it's all about. So really good news that that is all there. Now, like I said, Onpassive.com came back up again, and Onpassive.com came back up. And if you are getting any security alerts on that, don't worry about it. This is all to do with the SSL certificate that comes along with most websites. This takes a while to filter through. Okay, and that will all get sorted out in due course, so do not worry about it. What else happened then? Like I said, Friday night and into the early hours of Monday, wherever you are, Ash came on, Let's O and Minu and Ron's, and he basically was talking about self-development, and if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect other people to, and know your own worth, and you know, this is your business and all those. But one very important point he did bring out on Let's O was that the reason behind why it went down on Friday, and basically clerical error on AWS services. They corresponded with them, and they were told by AWS services that the site was going down on Monday, and this was all expected to happen on Monday, and basically somebody pressed the wrong button, so we were taken offline on Friday. And obviously, everything to do with this migration was going to be happening from Monday onwards. And I'm sure we're going to be updated if we see Ash of where we're at in that process, and maybe more information as well. So he came on Saturday for that, which was really good news. On Sunday, then, we had some other news from externally through X that our CMO, Mohammed Nassal, was going to pastures new. He's doing something different outside of Onpassive, and I think we all wish him well in his new venture. This is quite normal, guys, in business, especially at this level that these guys are. He's been with us for 2 years, and he's done a fantastic job for Onpassive behind the scenes, doing what he's doing within the marketing department. But he put a note out to say that he is leaving, doing his own thing separately from Onpassive, and we all wish him well in his new endeavors. Whether that position is going to be refilled, we don't know. Obviously, I'm sure that we will find out more in the coming days, weeks, and months as far as that is concerned. And the last piece of news, obviously, because we haven't got a back office and we haven't got ecosystem at the moment, is I want to keep on pushing this home to as many people as possible of oimedia.news. That's there at the moment. And if this is all about the industry, the artificial intelligence tech industry that's out there at the moment, it is a fantastic source of information about what really is going on there at the moment in real time in the industry. And it does a really good job of breaking it down into language that we can all understand, that we can get our head around about the different companies and really how they are all jostling, I suppose, for a piece of the AI pie. One thing's for sure is the more you read about it and the more you get to understand about artificial intelligence and the solutions behind AI and tech, the more you get to understand exactly how well positioned Onpassive as a company is within this industry. We tick an awful lot of the boxes that people are looking for at the moment. So kudos to our CEO, kudos as well to Onpassive and everyone behind the scenes who have put this together as well. We are positioned extremely well, but I use it as a source of information on a daily basis, and I would recommend that you guys do as well. Anyway, that's it for now. Back to you, Chris.
Well, thank you very much, Red. Thank you very much, Marty. And on behalf of the Johnson family, I want to wish all Americans a happy 4th of July. Yes, this is coffee, no alcohol. I'm blessed to live in this country. I love America. I've also been blessed to visit many countries through the internet or travel. And you're all beautiful. Don't let anyone forget that. Real quick for me, I think for me right now, when O Connect went down, I was like, oh, no. And then I realized, man, what did Ash tell us to do? He said, go about your life. Go have some fun. Let me do all the work. So I scheduled this little fishing trip here. I have my family up north. We left early this morning to be on at 12, and that was changed, and that's okay. I brought my boat, my RV, which I've never done that before. It turned out great. Saturday, we got a big 4th of July party, which is going to be a lot of fun at one of the marinas around here. And I'm thinking the Shining on Light, we're not going to do it until O Connect comes back on. So it freed me up a lot of time. And this is what I'm doing. I'm following Ash's direction. Again, Chris, go do something, have some fun, go to work, go fishing, and let me keep doing all this work. And Ash Mafara, that's exactly what I'm doing. Of course, one day I know we'll all be going fishing together. It'll be a lot of fun. But I come back to I would like to say just a quick shout out to Angie Hahn. It is her birthday today, Angie from Germany. God bless you. Happy birthday. And there's another one, Jan. I can't think of her last name. Real nice lady. And hold on. Wait a minute. I can fix that. Hold on. Jane Helms. I'm sorry. And Jane Helms, happy birthday. Toy Chung. RD Jeswell from India, happy birthday. MD Balat, happy birthday to all of you. I love saying birthdays. I never get tired of doing that. I never get tired of picking somebody up and making them feel good, because right now, maybe one of those individuals have no one around them to tell them happy birthday. So I'm telling you, in front of 1,000 people, happy birthday to you. The names I mentioned, blow them up. Give them some love. That's what we do when I'm passive. And then I think about big prayer that I do every morning. Everyone knows I love to pray about many countries right now in this world that are in disarray. Bad things happening, wars. And I don't care who you are, or where you live, or what your nationality is. I pray for everybody. I pray that these wars stop. I still believe in my heart that Onpassive is going to change a lot of things in the world. I'm hoping that's one of them, because only in Onpassive, and I'll say it again, only in Onpassive has the world globally come together in Onpassive to change things, where people that weren't talking to each other 4 years ago are now our best friends, are waiting for them to come to their country so they can break bread with them for the first time. That's when someone asks, what's Onpassive done for you? Hey, that's more than I can ever ask. That's worth trillions of dollars to me, to watch the world come together when it's really falling apart. But in Onpassive, our world is phenomenal. It's bright. The future looks bright. And I'm going fishing, and Ashmafar is working. So I always can bounce on that. I think it's the greatest company in the world that I've ever seen, because it's all about good and heart. And we talk about that heart all the time. And whether you believe me or not, and I think you do, Ashmafar is a stand-up guy in my book. I consider him one of my closest friends. He gives me advice sometimes when I'm missing something, and I love that. So does Marty and Red. If I'm missing something, they say, Chris, straighten your hat. Your hat's backwards or whatever. But this is what we do in Onpassive. We take that love and we take that passion, and we go on webinars, and we do the same thing. We want to pick people up. Shining the light is just a great thing. I get time off from it right now. Yee! Perfect time for that one. Am I happy? Oh, connects? No, but it happens. I mean, I was in the auto industry for 32 years. You have no idea what really happens in business. Big business, little business. Sometimes parts aren't made. One time we had a fire in a plant, and it shut us down for 6 months. Actually, they had a plant catching fire, made the chips, and everyone knows what happens with that. All right. It messed up the auto industry for at least 4 years, and it's still affecting them. So it's one of those things. But in Onpassive, Ashmafar keeps going. He is doing everything possible to make us happy. It's really not about him. And he said it many a times. It's not about the money. It's just about changing people, helping people. I worked for Fords for a long time. I'd never heard the CEO come down and say, Chris, we got to better people. We got to lift people up, not tear them down. And that's what we do. Now that we come across a few people that want to tear us down every single day, and nah, you're not winning. Okay. We rock. We rock in Onpassive. We're going to rock the world. We're going to change the world. And I've got 1,400,000 people that are going to fly those beautiful angel wings, and we're going to change things, and more to come. I texted Ash a couple weeks ago, and I said, just wanted to let you know there's millions of people that really love you, and there's billions more coming. All right. Because of you people, those billions more are going to come. Because of Ashmafar's marketing strategies and campaigns, trillions are going to come. And that's my opinion. But I believe that with my heart, and you're part of it. Think about it. I'm going to go have a great time for the next 5 or 6 days, because unless he pops on Oak Connect, then I'm going to go back to work. But I'm going to enjoy myself thoroughly. I know what's coming. Ash has said this so many times. I got this. Just let me do the work. Just watch and let it happen. And that's what I tell people. The people in my family or my friends, Chris, ain't never going to work. I said, that's my words. Watch what happens. I don't want to say I told you so. I'm not going to say eat those words. I'm going to keep going down the path looking for the greatest, brightest, smartest, most giving people in the world. And that's what we do as Onpassivians. If that's even a word, I don't know, but someone may is better than UKians, but it's better than anything. But that's what we do. We love to laugh. We love to cheer. We love to cheer on others. We love to know the fact that there's one guy and amazing teams he has that works every single day for all of us. And a lot of you still don't understand that. Let me say it again. There's one guy, let me say there's one family. How about that? And he's got an amazing teams, and they're working every single day so our lives get brighter and brighter and brighter. And when that happens, you're going to see the light bulb. You heard about the light bulb moment? No, 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 no. You're going to be looking directly in the sun because you're going to be shining with smiles and tears of joy because that's how great this company is. This company has taken the world to a whole different level. Do I believe in outer space? Yeah, I think someday Ash Mafara is going to do something. I don't know what, but he's always full of surprises. I have 100% faith, just like these two guys do, in an Ash Mafara and what he's doing. And no matter what he says, I listen to him. I stay with what he says. I get people sending me this and that. Don't even send it to me. I don't even read them. Well, I read them, but I just laugh at them. Ash Mafara is doing something phenomenal for this world. He's not a politician, excuse me. He's not a politician. Never claimed to be a businessman. He's not an educator, but yet together he takes all those little pieces there and he makes them that much better. I think he's a great educator. He's taught us all a lot of good things about no matter what they throw at you, you got to keep going. No matter how many times you get knocked down, you really got to get back up. That's on each one of us. But in this company, he's the one that gets knocked down. He's the one that gets kicked and punched and jabbed. And we get a little bit because we're loudspeakers, but we handle it very well. Why? Because we know Ash Mafara is on our side. That's a definite sure. So I want to say to all of the founders out there in America, anywhere else to celebrate, happy 4th of July to you. I'm very thankful to God that I became part of this company. I'm thankful to God that he gives me the voice and the knowledge to say things even that are silly. But my God, Onpassive is a God-fearing, loving, giving, any good word you can think of. That's what Onpassive is. Marty DeGarmo, back to you. I think I scared him. You're muted, Marty. Marty, you're muted.
Well, you told me to mute for 10 minutes, okay? So I mute. Now you're muted. You're muted. Listen, Chris, I just word of advice. If you're going fishing, you got to calm down a little bit. You're going to scare them right out of the freaking water, all right? Anyway, hey, Chris, can you introduce this gentleman?
Here comes one of my favorite brothers in the whole world. I love him.
One of.
He's one of them. You guys are the other two, but he goes first. Sorry, but what a smile. He's looking good. His hair is almost perfect like mine. And he's a great guy, and he's full of humor as much as he is love. So Ash Mafara, welcome to 4th of July in America. God bless you and your family for everything you're going through and what you're going through and what you're completing and what you're finishing. Ash Mafara, the stage is yours.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for taking me in today. I actually wanted to be here because we want to make sure we are kept in the loop while many things are happening on different avenues. First of all, happy 4th of July, which means Independence Day in America. And guess who we got independence from? It's a test for everybody in the chat.
Don't say UK. You don't say the UKN people. Don't say it.
Well, Great Britain. Okay, so I already gave it away. So as they did for mostly everyone. So somebody got independence, and America, we celebrate that on 4th of July, and that's why it's a big day for all of us. It's not a big deal because we are independent in that aspect, politically, historically. It is true. But to be more realistic, we still have some reliance and we have some dependency on other factors of our life. Some external dependence, yeah, of course, some of it political and some of it economical, and perhaps we do have internal or within. So we're not fully independence therefore not fully liberated. We don't have that 100% total freedom, though the 330 million people who live within the United States of America, they somewhat have some boundaries, restrictions in their uh, aspects of life, uh, and that steals that ultimate freedom we want to achieve. I want to go back to something that I always wanted to achieve, not just for the 330 million people who live here in our country, but also abroad. The 8 billion, there are not many trillions, uh, Chris. There are just 8 billion who are alive as of now. And we hope in at some point in our life, we will give them more freedom, more liberty of those restrictions and frictions in life. It all begins with an economical strength that, if we are successfully able to provide that to different societies and communities, perhaps it draws many more aspects in our life. So, oh boy, the more we grow, go back to Onpassive now, the more we grow, the more we learn how much we don't know. And the more we learn that how much we still have to grow and how much we still have to learn. Every day is a good lesson in our life. I've learned a lot from you and dealing with you. Not necessarily you gave me that direct piece of knowledge or information, but you put me in a position to strive or to seek that knowledge and pursue for more information. So collectively, this environment is healthy for growth to all of us. So keep up the good work, and you should stay connected. You're just gonna learn, and life is a waste if you are not learning something new every day. And again, I have if you allow me, there's a small story. You want to hear it? So there was a uh, little girl. Okay, she have mastered the timetable, uh, and she thought she's probably the ultimate mathematician on the planet because now she knows all the numbers until 12. 12 by 12, that's it. And now she is talking to her grandpa that, listen, I am the best mathematician on earth. And he said, well, perfect. So how much do you know? Well, I mastered all the way until 12. He said, well, what about 13 by 13? Grandpa, there's no such a thing. Well, there is. Now it's infinite. Uh, you still have way to grow, little girl. Okay. And that's exactly how it applies on the various uh, aspects in our life. You think you've mastered something, um, then you realize there's still way to go. Okay, thank you. You give it 10 out of 10. Okay, I know you're a nerd. Okay, uh, because it involves math. Then we thought we are perfecting those different elements in our business, then you realize no, there's still a long way to go, and there are better ways, and it's more practical to admit that. I am up for it. We made mistakes. We had challenges, internal, external. Plus, we could have done things different. But all in all, that never shakes up our intention that we want to do good. We want to better, your lifestyle. So, in order to have some independence, I invite everybody not to completely rely on any business, whether it's on passive or uh, the White House, if you wish, that works for you. You still have to do your own work, to be independence, and uh, your happiness does not rely on somebody else's success. they can improve, they can make your life much easier, they can give you a lot of access. But no matter how perfect it is, if you're thinking that is what's going to make you successful, whether it's on passive or Chris or Ash or the government or the system, no, nothing is going to give you that independence until you are mentally independent and also take those measures in your life, not to rely on anybody else. Take that as a tool, take that as a vehicle. It can be a powerful vehicle to boost and accelerate your success toward and progress toward your goal, because your goals are not exactly like mine or her or his or their goal. So everybody has their own anticipation. And for that, I always think we should be open for adjustments, for changes, for, to learn something new and accept the mistakes. I did mistakes. Uh, I'm sure you did. It doesn't A mistake, it doesn't make you a bad person, by the way. So for example, I'll give you just one small, if you trust somebody, right, and you give them lots of recognition, or you have high hopes in them and they don't necessarily align with that hope or trust, they don't deliver up to your expectation, that it it's considered a mistake. But it's not a bad thing about you. We all may fall into some mistakes, and I can give you more and more and more. But the idea is, we made some mistakes. We've learned a lot. We continue to learn, and we will make more mistakes. We're no near perfect, but I know one thing: our intention and our will is so pure that it can only take us and lead us to a better position in your life. And I want you to use us, but also to complete that formula, or to complete that theory together. You have to also be in it mentally and do your own due diligence in order to acquire that complete independence. You're never going to be totally free until you are liberated within and you have your life figured out, like exactly where you want to go, and use us as a tool. So to go to the basics, and I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. We're going to go to the basics. We're going to take charge of that uh, in order to have complete business, not only the AI and IT solutions and the single sign-on and the perfection of it, the integration of that fusion, if you wish. If you want to complete that, I also meant for that leads us to a better independence. We are already accredited, as I mentioned, from ICANN as a domain registrar. So we have accomplished quite a bit toward that independence as a company. Now, okay? I'm going to give you one more thing. You probably forgot, but I'm going to refresh your memory. Okay, the money is another factor. So the utilization of our products and technologies, that's one thing. The security of it, owning our data center, something very disruptive. I assure you that it's nothing average or nothing you've seen or the market's seen before. So Ash, you're like insane. You're telling me like Google and the host and Azure and Microsoft and AWS, they haven't seen this level of technology. And well, you'll be surprised. There's always a first time in every case. All right. There's a first time in every, and I assure you, I'm counting on what we have accomplished and what we know, and the part that we know we're not going to be average. So that is coming, but at the same time, money is a big factor to complete that wrap up, to be independent. Okay, you need uh, traffic, or you need constant visitors or followers or people you basically do business with, or any sort of activities or communications, whether in the educational system or in the finance or this or that. You need other audience. That is called traffic in a technical term in the digital world. Okay, the traffic is basically visitors. Okay, visitors, individuals going to a specific website or video or any content online. Okay, so to do that, so when we did start this journey, believe it or not, uh, as of today, the entire flow and structure of the traffic industry, if you wish, the traffic field, okay, let's not call it an industry, has changed. And with the concept of unpassive, that every single thing like in one place and a single sign on to that, all together collectively makes it necessary to have a different approach and a different way of generating and acquiring those customers, audience, followers, traffic, however you want to call it. And that's what we've been also working on. I don't have the final details, perhaps again with the refreshment of all what's happening right now. uh, within this new next chapter, I'll be able to fill you in with more how we are gonna not only revolutionize, we're gonna lead and own, and we must own the traffic field, and that would be basically you dominate everything because data is the new commodity of this century. So all in all, again, as much as we're happy for America's independence, as Brother Chris said, we have other nations are not fully liberated, whether from their own dictators or uh, whatever corrupted system they have, and we're not any better. Every country suffers, some corruption in one way or another somehow, but we do believe if we liberate and give humanity that universal solution to become more independent of their corruption or corrupted governments or regime, then that becomes irrelevant. It falls out. So we have work to do, no doubt. We have done a good portion. We've been working very hard. We have, incredible intention, and technology is a powerful tool. Uh, yeah, about OConnect, or what's happening right now. This is temporary. We have always history taught us, especially with Unpassive, the comeback is always much better and nicer than we think. And as much as we know we miss OConnect and we want to be using that at the moment, but in the meantime, I have that little side of me telling me I'm glad that we now know the value of it as much as the other platforms in Unpassive. So it's good to realize what we have in hands. But it's normal. Brother Chris Johnson said that, like about the auto industry, it happens. How many cars we've heard? Practically every car maker at some point they had to recall thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of cars for malfunction about something serious about the safety of the vehicle. Um, is a big deal happening right now with Boeing Max 737, I believe. Um, that's more dangerous than having OConnect down. Yes, so you don't want your flight to go down. I'll take the conference system to go down over that. So we're blessed, we're fortunate, and the best yet to come. I assure you that. Leave the ugly stuff for us. Leave the nasty things. We have been exercising to deal with such muddy situations, such complex scenarios, and that made us stronger. Again, you learn more, you learn more. So we have been growing. Happy birthday, Angie. And anyone, I didn't give the other name, but whoever's birthday today and tomorrow, and happy birthday or anniversary to America again on the 4th. Everybody likes fireworks in a way. Uh, One problem, no barbecue sauce tomorrow. I know there has to be barbecue for you in the next few days, but make sure you are independence, and we know that Onpassive is offering you and will provide the most complete and independence IT solution ever existed. Add to that, if you are in it for the right purpose, the right reason, you're going to be fully independent, and that is priceless. Total freedom comes in when your business is set in autonomous way on autopilot, safely, lots of time saving, lots of money saving. It frees you up that you can go vacation or do things that you want to do, but business doesn't stop. I have a saying, if money doesn't stop, why should we stop doing business? So technically, you need a business in a fashion where it works 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And if it's otherwise, you're not going to have uncapped growth. You're going to have some limitation. That's the type of business model that we are building now, to have an ongoing automatic business. Everything is automated, and it frees your time, saves you a lot of money. Perhaps uh, it does not stop if you're not available for a moment. It doesn't crash. So with the combination of having that revenue, having the traffic options, or you know, I'm going to say revolutionary traffic solutions within Onpassive. With that, it is a game changer. You can definitely achieve more and do more, learn more in your life. Isn't it life is about that? Just about getting more. You technically, like Brother DeGarmo said, 24 hours a day. I think we all know that. You're not inventing anything new. I even know that. 24 hours a day for all of us. So we have that bracket for the time, but the key here is how much more you could achieve, how much more you could gain and take, but to have that sweetener with an Onpassive, we also think how much more can we give back. So it's how much you can gain, but also how much you can give back in the way you choose to. uh, I believe with with everything we're building, make no mistake, is going to enable you to do such a powerful concept in an ideal way. So go for it. Don't blink. Believe it or not, things are happening while you don't think so. Mr. Red said that as well, which is it doesn't seem like so much going on the surface, but behind the scene, there's definitely uh, I don't want to say a war, but a battle constantly going on. Okay, so leave that for us, and just enjoy the fruit when it happens. But again, I cannot emphasize enough that you also have to be independent. Do not rely on any human or business or company to give you the ultimate thing. So uh, just take as much as you can take from that solution, but in the meantime, you have to figure out your own way to be independent and uh, you know get the most out of it. to your own advantage for the total freedom. Okay, because you could have financial freedom, you could have financial freedom doesn't mean much without that time freedom. Okay, in order to be total freedom, real freedom, you have to have, yeah, money is powerful, but if you're cornered, if you are imprisoned for that money, basically you have to work around the clock, you have no time off, or you cannot enjoy anything in your life, because you constantly have to work. If that's your case, uh, you, that type of freedom or financial freedom is meaningless, because if you stop working, money can stop. Therefore, uh, you be in trouble, and you cannot do anything you want anytime you want. Any one of us, you probably know someone in your life, not necessarily directly, but uh, they might be wealthy in a way, or I'm going to say rich. Okay, they might have good income, but miserable when it comes to their freedom or what they can do and their happiness. Okay, so uh, think of the most uh, recognized men or women on the planet, that they're wealthy beyond your imagination. I will tell you, uh, they're more unhappy in their life than you are. Let me give you an example. Okay, can I use a name? Okay. Anybody knows Elon Musk? Probably he's the richest man right now. Okay. Uh, I'm not evaluating the person, but I'm going to take one aspect of his life. We all know he is probably, I think he's still holding the wealthiest man on earth, probably in history, because these are new numbers to cross a $2 billion net worth, 200 billion. I think last he achieved 250. That's quarter trillion, a lot of money. Not that I know them personally. Personally, I don't even know their name, but there are a couple in Azerbaijan. Look it up. I will be happy one day and I'll connect to show you a video. They live in a village. They have a super, super peaceful, organic lifestyle. Two people, husband and wife. Paradise is understatement for where they live. So their daily life is just taken as much as you can from that freedom, healthy lifestyle, nature, oxygen, breathe, scenery. It is paradise. The other guy has to wake up to factories, lawyers, issues, employees, office, all of that. If your day is surrounded by that and long hours, you're not the healthiest. You're not the happiest. It's freedom and happiness, not what you do in a day. All right. So if you go a super wonderful vacation once a year for 2 weeks or 1 week, yeah, you could be happy for 2 weeks at most. Most people probably don't even get that 2 years, 2 weeks a year. And then you have the other 50 weeks in the year, you're just buried in work. That's a torture. And especially if your work environment is not that peaceful. On the other hand, somebody doesn't have those factories or, you know, uh, record in terms of wealth and net worth, but they smell flowers, they witness seasons, in a peaceful way, no stress whatsoever, no cases, no court, no lawyers, no shenanigan, no drama free, no employees, no challenges, no what do you call criticism. Nobody knows their name. They're happier. You see that? So there is a big price for that wealth. If you're after wealth and how much money you can make, you still another part. You need to figure out the time freedom. So even if we give you the position, the wealthiest person on earth, believe it or not, you're not going to have that much freedom or potentially happiness. If we're providing you with a possibility to gain unlimited revenue at the same time with total time freedom, you are free to do what you want to do in that time. Of course, you have to be engaged and use the business to your best ability. Uh, you're in a better shape than the wealthiest people ever existed. You don't have to make the trillions or the billions. Nobody made trillions as an individual yet, uh, but you could be totally covered. You have zero worry about finances. That's enough. That's good that you're able to give back. That's the threshold you want to achieve while you still enjoy your health, life, and time freedom. So happy 4th of July, everyone in America and outside. Why? Because we're going to also uh, bless you with your individual independence at some point in the future. And that's what we work hard for. That's all I wanted to say today. And I hope I didn't take much of your time. But you can chime in and talk. And, since we're connected and I see thousands and thousands are listening, I can't believe it, is how popular you are. I'm going to check again. What's the number now?
About 9,000.
9,000 are watching live. At least another, you
And
know.
that doesn't count Facebook. Facebook is also running live, but
I'm
it doesn't
I'm
count it.
I'm blown away. Thank you so much. All right. So tell me, it's hard to read. There's so many messages. I see a lot of love, but I'm trying to see if there's any potential topic or question or anything that they're talking. Listen, guys, um, life is tough. It doesn't always go the way you plan it. um, but also if you could look up, you get up and get back up. We've been knocked down, and we are uh, very very confident about what's coming. It is not what you think. I'm talking about uh, if you reference to the past, you have every right to think and come up with different uh, expectations. Could be negative, and for the haters as well, we shouldn't care about that. But I'm talking about all in all, everybody is going to be surprised in a good way, and it's not what you think. But we are so confident that we're making something not just good but great for humanity. All right, you take it away. Back to you. Are you somewhere in Michigan in the woods? I heard you are traveling in your baby RV.
I'm in Lake City, Michigan. I left at 7 this morning to get here because we thought we were going to do it at 12. And then that changed, or that actually saved me. I got here an hour before that, but internet here is not the greatest. It's working good now. But yep, I'm here to have fun because you said go do something.
So
You
what
said
it called? Lake City?
Lake City, Michigan.
Okay, I've never been there.
Really? Well, you
Um,
ain't never been anywhere in Michigan except Detroit. So
I've been Grand Rapids. Come on, that's beautiful up there.
that
Yeah.
Rapids is beautiful. But plan on
Okay.
catching some fish, man, for you. I'll be thinking about you, Ashwam.
Appreciate it. You're killing me.
I know, that's the whole
There's
idea.
Lake City in every state. Okay.
Yeah. It's a 3-hour drive from 3.5 hours. Right?
Oh, nice, nice.
I'm right on I can't remember the lake, but you can't see it out the window, but the lake's right there. It's beautiful. My RV's back there, but I had to come in the house to get the Wi-Fi going. So this is my my ex-wife's mother's house up here. You know, when you go to the mother-in-law, it's like 100 degrees in this house, man. I'm dying here, but it's real nice. And then next to her husband, he owns another house right next to them. So it's a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun up here. We just got up here, but we're gonna kick it a little bit.
So is it like 4 hours drive or so?
Yeah, we did it in 3.5 hours. We had no traffic this morning. That's why we left early. But and Engineer Mike, thank you for filling in or taking my place. You did a great job. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard you did great. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. This morning I couldn't do it live because I was traveling. And one more thing, I want to because someone reminded me. Big prayers for everyone that's going through that Hurricane Beryl right now.
Barrel, yeah, in Jamaica. Okay.
Jamaica, yeah, it's in Jamaica right now.
So thank you for reminding me that. And
yeah, it's gonna be a heavy one. I think it's making a landfall today.
Yeah.
So there's a city called Cadillac right next to where you are, right?
Yeah, Cadillac's real nice too. I've been to everything this way of Michigan. I haven't really been on the west side too much, but the north I love. The north is beautiful. You know, even with all the woods we have.
For a couple of months, not in.
Yeah, once the snow comes. But if you like snowmobiling and skiing,
Yeah.
this is the place to be. But there's no seams here. I know you know what no seams are. Remember, I sent you the picture of my legs like completely eaten up with still scars.
Oh my God!
We don't have those. You could see. Listen, in Michigan, you could see the bugs coming at you. So in Florida, you don't even see them; they just eat you alive. But
oh my God. Okay, so that's a good place not to go to. I got it. Another place added to the 100 place you shouldn't go to.
I'm taking your boys camping. That's what I'm going to do. They'll love it.
Please. Yes.
They got the cages on top ready to roll.
Permanent camping.
Permanent camping.
So I hope I was able to give you a good message. Stay positive, guys. We can only do good together if we are on intentional growth plan at the same time with good, intention, good heart. Life is not worth it to be bugging each other. If you have something good, do it. If you don't, just go mind your own business. Get away. We're here to do good. We're here to do good, and there are a lot of people in need for that collaboration. Individually, we are scattered. We are drops. Collectively and together, we are an ocean. We need each other. I mean, we can accomplish more. So why just work scatterly? I have something. He has something. She has something. Mathematically, it's infinite what we could achieve together, because one is too small of a number. You cannot achieve greatness alone. So I'm pumped. I'm positive about the possibility. Thank you again. I have disconnected the cord. Believe it or not, today is the 4th week for my surgery, and I still have. I'm living with one ear now. And that's a good thing to realize how good is it. Yeah, you thought an ear is good. No, you need two. That means you need to listen twice as much as you can talk, or you talk. So yeah, probably another 2 weeks I'll be okay, back.
Rupa Paul just sent me a text. I forgot about this. I think India is doing phenomenal in soccer, and she said you better be watching the game. I don't know what game it is because I don't follow.
Yeah, there's also America's Cup happening right now. Yeah,
Euros as well.
Yeah.
It's all on.
Yeah, I play handball, not football, but it's okay. But I do like watching soccer once in a while. It's a fun.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me, Red. I can see the jowls getting swollen there.
I am biting my tongue.
I know.
All right.
Well,
Allow us.
thank you.
No, thank you. Allow us do the work, and if you have something good, join us. We will take you to where you want to go a lot faster, more efficiently.
Tell
Absolutely.
your wife and your team thank you. We love you for giving us you most of the
I
time.
appreciate that. I will
Yeah.
tell them. I will tell them.
Yeah.
I had to bribe them with some delicious food so they can be busy while I talk to you. I'm talking about the kids because they're hanging on me. Yeah. And speaking of healthy food, I hope you are staying healthy, everybody. Take care of yourself. It's important.
Absolutely.
Minnow ran a half a marathon. I think it
Yeah,
was
she did, didn't she?
Half a marathon.
Yes, she did.
How many miles?
13 and a little bit.
12.1.
Yeah, okay, 12.1.
Okay. Yeah.
She said,
Ran those
ran. She
like
jogged.
nonstop.
She
So
jogged.
12 is the distance
It's more
or
like 13
or
miles.
what she
Yeah, it's
ran.
like
It'd
13
be
miles.
13 and a little bit.
Yeah, 13 a little bit. Yeah.
So good for her.
Good job.
She said she heard you get in the best shape of your life, so she just put her shoes on and ran.
Oh, she's trying to
Run,
catch up with the
Paris.
guys. I see.
Run for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you,
Yeah.
Minnow.
Hey, everybody, I know you spend a lot of time on YouTube or whatever. I heard you could do that now with the thanks to the cell phones. I want to tell you a habit I do. I spend hours on the phone most days, okay? Whether conferences, conversation, phone calls, whatever, okay? Even videos if you like, if it's a webinar, whatever. Um, and I heard also walking is good for you. So a small, tiny, tiny, tiny thing that phone time, especially if it's listening, could be walking time. And I'm sorry to burst your energy and fame, Minu. On the average, I walk 10 to 20 miles a day. That is my phone time. I don't jog that long, okay? I just chase my kids. But
And he doesn't even get out of breath when he does it either. I talked to you a couple months ago. You were walking. I'm like, man, I'd be breathing real hard right now.
yeah. Oh no, yeah. Sometimes, I go stairs, down, up. Yeah.
Live tomorrow, 10
I
o'clock.
got used
Me and
to
Marty are going to walk half a marathon and do a live. You ready to Garmo?
Bite me.
it. Just, just you. By the way, you don't have to be outdoors. All right. You could circle around a sofa or a couch. Yeah. Just believe it or not, an hour. Just walk around it like yeah.
Marty going to be walking in
Yeah.
circles.
I
Yeah.
circled the couch twice. I want to pee on it. I don't
And
know why.
I'll
Yeah.
send you the pole dance. I'll send it to you. So
It better be a telephone
while you
pole.
you guys are wonderful. I enjoyed being here as usual, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Cheers, Ash.
Thank you, Ash.
Of course.
Woo! Time to blow some fireworks. Blow up
Yeah.
fireworks. Sorry. Well,
No.
there you have it. I'll see y'all.
No.
I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing lives at Marty still. Red's still coming on 11, same times.
Same bad channel.
Same. Bye.
I think we just need to reiterate exactly what Ash has said here, is that when we come back, if anything happens in Onpassive, when we come back again, it's always better than it was before. And I think we really need to understand that there is going to be a few changes. I think he made that quite clear. But very exciting times for sure. But whatever it is, it's going to be better than it was before.
That's exactly right.
Guarantee.
Bigger and better. Beautiful.
Very
All
good.
right. See you, everybody. Have a nice day.
Have a good 4th, everyone.
Hey, Chris, have fun.
I will. You call me anytime you want, bro. You know that, but I'm going to have some fun.
Don't do anything.
Hopefully I'll do it just when you're casting.
Yeah, well, family. I'm not fishing today, but family's all starting to come in. I can see them driving by. So,
How big a family you got?
well, it's my ex-wife's family, but my family, I consider.
Oh,
It's
okay.
probably be about 15, 20 people. So,
Well,
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
in your case, it's actually cousins, right?
Yeah, and no sugar. Still haven't had no sugar in 3 weeks now. So,
Yeah, you can tell in your face, man.
yeah, that's
So do they have banjos at that neck of the woods?
like
Yeah.
oh,
Family
that's
reunion.
true. That's
Family
true, Ed.
reunion. This is the place to pick up